It's okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Jaya Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha, Jaya Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha. Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotar Satsi Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Nitilla Pravishta Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotar Satsi Śrīmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Syam Kund Radha Kundi Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sri Navadip Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mayi Yamuna Mayi ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani ki Jai. Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai. Shri Radha Vallabh ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mayi ki Jai. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24. Chapter entitled Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva, text number 14. Is that correct? Pitra drishtaha praja sarge tapasir arnavam abhishan dasavarsa sahasrani tapasa archam tapaspatim pitradesha praja sarge pitradishta praja sarge tapasir arnavav abhishan tapase arnavam abhishan dasavarsa sahasrani dasavarsa sahasrani tapasarcham tapaspatim tapascharcham tapaspatim pitradishta praja sarge pitradishta praja sarge tapase arnavam abhishan dasavarsa sahasrani tapasarchasam tapaspatim tapascharcham tapaspatim pitradishta praja sarge tapasirarnavam abhishan dasavarsa sahasrani tapasarchasmam tapaspatim
Pitradishta praja sarge tapase arnavam abhishan dasavarsa sahasrani tapasarcham tapaspatim
Pitradishta praja sarge
Pitradishta praja sarge
tapase arnavam abhishan
tapase arnavam abhishan
dasavarsa sahasrani
dasavarsa sahasrani
tapasarcham tapaspatim
tapasarcham tapaspatim Pitradishta praja sarge
Word for word meaning Pitra, by the father. Adishta, being ordered by. Prajasarge, in the matter of begetting children. Tapase, for executing austerity. Arnabam, in the ocean. Abhisan, entered. Dasavarsa, 10 years. Sahasrani, such thousands. Tapasa, by their austerity. Acharan, worshipped. Tapaha, of austerity. Patim, the master. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. When all these prachetas were ordered by their father to marry and beget children, they all entered the ocean and practiced austerities and penances for 10,000 years. Thus they worship the Master of all austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation responsibly. When all these prachetas were ordered by their father to marry and beget children, they all entered the ocean and practiced austerities and penances for 10,000 years. Thus they worship the Master of austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. Sometimes the great sages and the ascetics enter the Himalaya mountains in order to find the seclusion from the turmoil of the world. It appears, however, that all the prachetas, the sons of Prachinivari, enter the depth of the ocean to perform austerity in the secluded place. Since they perform austerity for 10,000 years, this incident took place in the Satya Yuga, when people used to live for 100,000 years. It is also significant that by their austerities, they worship the Master of austerities, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one wants to perform austerity and penances in order to attain the supreme goal, one must attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one achieves the favor of the Supreme Lord, it is to be understood that he has finished all kinds of austerities and penances and has attained the efficiency of their execution. If one achieves the favor of the Supreme Lord, it is to be understood that he has finished all kinds of austerities and penances and has attained the efficiency of their execution. On the other hand, if one does not attain the perfect stage of devotional service, all austerities and penances actually have no meaning. For without the Supreme Lord, no one can attain the highest result derived from the performing them. As stated in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Gita 5:29, the Lord Krishna is the master of all penances and sacrifices. bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Thus, the desired result of performing austerity may be derived from Lord Krishna. In Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, third canto, chapter 33, text 7, it is stated, Aho bata swapachatayo gariyam yad jivhagre vartate namatubhyam tepus tapaste juhunu swasnu arya brahmanuchur nama grinhanti ete. Even if a person is born in the family of Chandala, the lowest birth one can get in the human society, he is glorious if he chants the holy name of the Lord. For it is to be understood that by such chanting, a devotee definitely proves that he underwent all kinds of austerity in his previous life. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya, one who chants the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, attains the highest perfectional stage, which has previously been attained by the people who entered the ocean and executed austerity for 10,000 years. In this age of Kali, if a person does not take advantage of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, which offered as the great concession to fallen human beings of this age, it is to be understood that he is very much bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitanmena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Akanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tatpakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pitradishta Praja Sarge Tapase Arnava Asa Abhishan Dasavarsa Sahasrani Tapasarjam Tapaspatim. When all these potatoes were ordered by their father to marry and beget children, they all entered the ocean and practiced the austerities and penances for 10,000 years. Thus, they worshipped the master of all austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing to hear this wonderful narration. The lineage of Dhruva Maharaj continues. Recently we heard the entire pastime of Maharaj Prithu. Yeah. And who took over after Maharaj Prithu? Anyone here? Vijitasva. Yeah, Prithu Maharaj's son. He was one of the 5 sons, elder son. So he took over. So after Vijitasva was his son. Does anyone recall? Havirdhana. Very good. That's excellent. So Havirdhana was the son of Vijitasva. And Vijitasva's son is? No, sorry, Havirdhana's son. Prachinavari. Yes. So, now Prachinavari's son is? Prachetas. There are 10 of them. So, now Prachinavari, we'll hear a very long narration of Prachinavari in the following chapters. So, he had 10 sons. Now, at that time, they were meant to procreate and propagate the living entities. So, Prachinavari had ordered Prachetas to get married and have children. Being a very intelligent princess, and they know the philosophy, they know the scripture, what they have done first thing before they actually get married? Austerity. They went to perform austerity in order to purify their existence, in order to execute this service properly. They are seeking the blessings of the Lord and the devotees. So they have gone now into. So where are they performing? Under the water. Why? Secluded place. Yes. Yes, as Prabhupada mentions, to avoid the turmoil or they didn't want to be disturbed by external activities and things. So she wanted to be fully focused on the personality of Godhead. So they were meditating. They had the yogic power in order to go in the water to sit for so long. It's one of the siddhis. So they were able to perform austerity in the very secluded place without being disturbed. So this is where we at today. This is the verse. So Srila Prabhupada makes a point in a purport that he brings the summary of the purport is that the human form of life is meant for tapasya. It's very rare. Human form of life is very rare. In the 3rd canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Kapila gives us a very graphical or gradation to come to the human form of life. We may have heard this already. In the chapter 29, texts 28 to 31, he gives a very beautiful description, a gradation of just even to come to the platform of a human form. We also hear in different scriptures like Padma Purana and all those, they give you a gradation, and like the human form of life begins from the aquatics as a low grade. So aquatics, then they move on to plants and trees. They evolve from there. Then they go to the next level, which is the reptiles and insects. Then birds, animals, and then finally human beings. Yeah. In the similar kind of description, Lord Kapila slightly takes a different approach to describe the same thing. He says, the living entities are superior to inanimate objects. which means the living entity is, we see there's two energies. One is the matter, completely dead, and then there's a spirit, which is spiritual. So he says, living entity are superior to inanimate objects. Now, he says, from there, one who displays life, now he's come to the next level up. So from the matter, he's saying the spirit is better. Now as being a spirit, what is the next gradation? That which displays life. Displaying life could be also, you could put it in as saying that which moves, that which grows, that which bleeds, that's so on and so forth. You could say that's the symptom of a life. Anything that's... From displaying life develops, the higher is one who has gained consciousness. Gone up to the next level as one who has like consciousness. You can start. From there, develops of sense perception. You can start to have some sense through the senses. They can start distinguish things. From the sense perception, one who has developed a taste is higher. From one who has developed a taste, one who has developed a sense of touch is higher. So one who has developed a sense of smell is even higher than one who has developed the sense of touch. So from sense of touch, one who can smell is higher. From one who has developed a sense of hearing, so now from smelling, has gone to hearing. From hearing, one who can distinguish between one form and another is even higher. And developing upper and lower sets of teeth, that's the next level up. One, the living entity who has got a upper and lower teeth, now come to the next level up. And even higher is those who have many legs. Now from just having a teeth, now they also developed the hands and legs, the legs, and many legs. From many-legged to four-legged, even higher. That's quadruples. And then comes to the human form, two-legged. So that's one way of looking at at how do we actually go gradation. And if we go to the evolution of going into a aquatic, there are 900,000 spaces we have to go through. As Amarendra Prabhu was describing in the class very nicely, 900,000 times species you have to go through in aquatic centers. So like that we evolve into a tree, and then there's varieties of trees and plants, and then we come to reptiles, and it just goes on and on. The list is very high. Finally we reach the form of human form. So as that same reference also in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam we find in the 11th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, where it says, Labdha sudur lava idam bahu sambhava ante. Labdha means obtain. Sudurlava, very rare. Idam, this body. Bahu sambhava ante. Bahu means many, many, many births we have gone through. Ante means end. We come to human form. Arthadam, this is a very, very valuable. Artha means valuable. Such a great value. Anityam, but it can be taken away just like that. If we don't utilize it, or if there is a high chance that it could be taken away anytime. Anityam. Dhira, those who are intelligent, those who can utilize intelligence. Turnam yateta. Turna means immediately, very quickly, straight away, right away. What do they do? Yateta. They will endeavor. For what? Till when? So it says, Turnam yateta napatet. Till they fall dead. What do they do? Nisreya. Nisreya means they means for the ultimate liberation. So the human form, what are they meant to do? They're supposed to achieve. They're supposed to strive for the ultimate liberation. The last line says, Visaya khalu sarvatah syat. If the Vishaya means the gratification or the enjoyment, it's there. But what is the use? It's everywhere, but what is the use? You haven't utilized that human form. Human form of life is for a nishraya, for the achieving the perfection of, just to serve the Lord. As also in the Vaishnava song we hear, Bhaja Hure Mana song. Yeah? What is it in that song? It says, Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Kamala means lotus flower, the lotus leaf. If you and the lotus leaf, if you drop a water, Dala Jala, and you just drop a water, what happens? It has, like it flows. It just flows just like that. Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Our life is like that. As in the drop on the top of the leaf, that's shaking to the winds and different things is shaking. Any moment, that drop and gone. That is. So, what does it say? Kamala jala jala jivanan talamala. Therefore, bhajahu haripada. Means to worship the Lord. Do bhajan. That is the idea. Yes, worship the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, we also find another reference in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, again 11th canto. Durlavam manusam deha. Durlavam manusam deha. This human form is very rare. Dehinam chana bhanguram. Chana means any moment. Bhangura means it's taken away. Tatrapi durlavam manye Vaikuntha Priyadarshanam. Therefore, worship the Lord of Vaikuntha. Lord of the Vaikuntha. So that is the rarity. What's Prabhupada actually, In the same context, we of that connection of Kapila Dev. Now Kapila Dev goes to the next level. Now we come to the level of human being. Yes? Yeah? Then it says, amongst the human being, higher than that, is those who practice Varnashram Dharma. Those who follow the system of Varnashram Dharma is higher. Now we have come to the human level. Huh? Now we're going next level up, even within the human level. Huh? So next level is one who practices the Varnashram Dharma. Now, amongst the Varnashram following, or person who follows the Varnashram, who's the next grade up? Not quite. Nope. Brahmana. So, in the Varnashram we have the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So the Brahmanas are considered higher, those who are following. Huh? So now, next level, Brahmanas. Those who are amongst the Brahmanas, better even, are those who are studying the Vedic scriptures, the Vedas, are considered next level up higher. Yeah? So where we gone from? We just came into human form, which is very rare. Now what's the first one? And those who are actually following the Varnashram. Following Varnashram means abiding by the scriptures, abiding by the law of God. That's what Varnashram means. We following we practicing. So there was following Varnashram. Then who was the next one? Brahmana was the next one. So now going up one more level, up, those who are studied the scripture is higher. And higher than that is actually one who knows the meaning of the Vedas, not studying only, and actually knows the purport, the purpose is higher. Then, even higher, those who have studied, those who are able to explain to people in general, it's even higher. They have studied, but they were able to dispel the purpose of the Vedas. They are considered even higher. And those who are now gone up to that level, when you come to that level, those who are free of material contamination or desire to enjoy is considered higher. Material contamination. Those who are liberated from all material contamination is next grade up. Then is the devotees. A pure devotee is that's the highest. So Kapila Dev explains, so we've gone from matter, all the gradation of, even within the human form, the life, different type of lives. Excuse me. So we have come to the human form, which is rare itself. After that, there's also even gradation of you have come. So to come to a Vaishnava, become a Vaishnava, chanting the one who worships the Lord is considered the highest, according to Kapila Dev in 3rd canto. So pure devotee who executes devotional service without expectation of reward is the highest. So even the devotional service we perform for we want something. My dear God, please give me something. That's our generally attitude. We go, give me the great house, or give me this, give me that. That could, somewhat win level. But the highest on that devotional platform is the person who performs devotional service without any expectation in return from God. That is highest. Anya avilasta sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. Yeah, Rupa Goswami gives definition. That anya avilasha, we have no other ulterior motives. Sunyam, zero. That is the highest devotion. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada brings another very nice point about the chanting of the holy name, or person who chants the holy name. What is the description? Same. It's Kapila Devi, Lord Kapila Devi is giving that explanation. Aho batah swapachatoyo gariyan. How glorious is the person who chants the holy name. This is Mother Dehuti saying, Aho batas swapachatoyo gariyan. Swapacha means a dog eater. Even the lowest grade of a human form, a human. If yad juhagre, juha means tongue, agra means front or tongue. Those who are chanting the holy name, even they are born in a very low grade of human form, or even a dog eater. Sopachito Gariyan. Gariyan means they are worshipable, because they are yad jivhagre vartate nama tubhyam. In the tongue, in their tongue, the holy name is vibrating. Therefore, they are worshipable. The point is, see how the glorious a person who actually chanting the holy name. Tapas, tepus tapas. What they have done, it's not that, suddenly they are able to chant the holy name just like that. It's rare. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavanamam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlava. Bahunam means many births. Janmanam ante, the end of their life. They are able to chant the holy name. So Bhagavatam confirms that they have actually performed tapas in the past. They have performed, they have taken bath in the holy places. Shashnur means they have taken bath. They have practiced Arya. Arya means those who actually practice all the Varnashram system perfectly. Brahmachari, they have studied the Vedas. And because of all that, they are able to Nama Grinantite. They are able to chant the holy name. That is the rarity of being a Vaishnava. Being able to chant the holy name. Being able to do the devotional service. Being able to worship the Lord. Being able to cook for the Lord in the kitchen. Being able to perform the kirtan in the association of Vaishnava. How rare it is. Bhagavatam confirming that. It's very rare. And so we come to this level, such a wonderful association we come to. I was just having a dinner with one of the devotees yesterday. We were discussing the same point. That yes, we have great fortune. We, as an devotee, come together and chant. We're just going to the same level again. So yes, being born as a human form is rare. Being born as a Brahman is rare. Being born having or being a Vaishnava is rare. I just confirm. And that, yes, chanting the holy name, or those who can chant the holy name, that person is rare. Very exalted position. And being a Vaishnava is rare. Because it's very, and Vaishnava is also, we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, different Sampradayas we have. Those who are in the line of Vaishnavas, they are also great exalted. Now, even in the line of Vaishnavas, we, as the follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can be more even proud to say, yes, we are even somewhat way better. Because we are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna himself comes in the material world to inaugurate the holy name. He does that. And he establishes. So we are very fortunate. Other sampradayas, they don't have that access. Their acharyas or their teachers, they have come many thousand years, many thousands of years back. They don't have access to that. But we have that access to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which just came 500 years ago. Now, even better, we were just discussing this yesterday, there are those who are actually in the line of Srila Prabhupada. Our acharyas, our devotees, so many have dreamt. They have performed so much austerity and wrote so much scriptures and performed. And they had a dream to give this message to everybody in the world. But this dream, this prediction of Mahaprabhu was fulfilled by Srila Prabhupada. And see the rarity of our fortune, that we are in his shelter, in the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Such is our greatness. Such is our fortune. We should take advantage of every second, every moment of this rarity of I'll just end with the one of the see, this chapter is entitled "This Song Sung by Lord Shiva." As its story unfolds, that the Prachetas will meet Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva will appear, and he will give instructions to Prachetas. He will sing this beautiful song. What do you call Shiva Stuti? His name there. There's a whole quite a few verses that the Lord Shiva gives the instruction or glorifies the Lord. One of the prayer or one of the sloka instruction given by Lord Shiva, he says himself, he says, a person who executes this occupational duty properly for 100 years. This is in the 4th canto, chapter 24, text number 29, the Lord Shiva's instruction to Prachetas. What does it say? A person who executes his occupational duty properly for 100 births becomes qualified to occupy the post of Lord Brahma. So if you perform perfectly the Varnashram system for 100 births, you are eligible to become Brahma. You can. What's the eligibility to become Indra? 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas, right? Yes. So there is eligibility. You have to do something. There's nothing is not achieved by nothing, doing nothing. We have to go out of our comfort zone and perform something. Then we get something. Right, Mahatmaji? Yes. And I was just listening to another very nice, beautiful, the life of Aindra Prabhu. Very nice. Many of have you heard? Many of you heard? Yeah. Amarendra Prabhu gave us very nice class in the Bhakti Vriksha, in the life of Aindra Prabhu. How Ayendra Prabhu, he joined, long story cut short, he just gave everything away before he joined. He came to the temple. He started living very simply. And his service, he was from a musical family. I mean, he's very musical talent. He had a musical interest when he was, before he joined. So when he came, he got so attracted to this holy name, his service was to just chant in the street for 16 hours. He would just sit there in the park and just chant. Sometimes he get chased away from the council and all that. And eventually somebody gave him a donation. I bought a truck, and he converted the truck into like a temple. And then he used to now, from just chanting in the park, he used to just sit behind the truck and then chant the holy name for long hours. That was his service back in New York. So in 1986, he desired this to visit the Holy Dham, Mayapur. That was the 500th anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. He desired, so he came to Mayapur. And then in the plan, in the itinerary, it was not really that so to go to Vrindavan, but somebody did suggest him to go to Vrindavan. Then he went to Vrindavan. He landed there, I think in the next day or so, very soon after his landing in Vrindavan. A person from a Gaudiya Vaishnava, very senior devotee, came and told him about the dream he had. So dream was that when Srila Prabhupada established the Vrindavan temple in 1974-75, that he also requested devotees to have a 24-hour kirtan in the temple. After Srila Prabhupada left, that had somehow stopped. So this Gaudiya, the Vaishnava comes to Ayendra Prabhu and tells the dream he had, that Srila Prabhupada came in his dream, and Prabhupada had tears. And he was saying that I have requested my devotees to do a 24-hour kirtan, but they have stopped. For that, Prabhupada was not happy. So hearing this message, Ayendra Prabhu had a thought in his mind, saying, I have landed, I have no desire to be in Vrindavan. Somehow I came by mercy of the Lord. Now as soon as I land, I get this message. That we have stopped the 24-hour kirtan. I was already doing a 16 hours kirtan in New York. Now this is something that Prabhupada is indicating, that this person, he could have shared this message, this dream to anyone else. Why me? So from that he could understand that, okay, there is something that Prabhupada wants him to do. So he stayed in Vrindavan, and he never walked out of Vrindavan for 24 years. And he started this 24-hour kirtan chanting, and then he maintained for next 24 years. So that the point is, of course, then he left his body. The point is that see the determination, see to get something, to gain something, there is some price to pay. There is some austerity to do. Such as without that, no pain, no gain. Yes. So just so in that point, yeah. Sorry, I was reading this the prayer by Lord Shiva. It's a person who executes a devotional service for 100,000 properly, 100 births becomes qualified to become Lord Brahma. And if he becomes qualified, he can approach Lord Shiva. A person who is directly surrendered unto Lord Krishna or Vishnu in unalloyed devotional service is immediately promoted to a spiritual planet. Listen to the next line. Lord Shiva and other demigods attain these planets after the destruction of this material world. The point Lord Shiva is making, that see the lifespan of Lord Brahma. If Lord Brahma to return back home, back to Godhead, does he have the opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead within this 100 years of our time? No. He has to wait for 311 trillion years. That's what Lord Shiva is making a point here. He says all the demigods who are qualified to go back home, they can only go when there is a annihilation. They cannot go before, because they have given that responsibility. Yet, we have that opportunity to just go in comparison to 300 trillion years, it's a moment. It's a moment to go home back to Godhead. We can go. Yes, even with 100 years, 50 years are gone, just like we go to sleep, 50 years gone. Even that 5-10 years we go and play and everything that's gone. What's remaining? It's very few years. If we can give this very few years, precious few years, we have this opportunity. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
I want to add something more about Indra's life, what I heard.
Yes.
He made a vow not to leave the Dham at all.
Yes.
In other words, he won't leave Vrindavan at all. He won't go to Delhi. He threw his passport, American passport, into the river Yamuna.
Correct.
And he was worshipping 3,000 saligram. He did every day. That
Yes.
means from morning till about 2:30 or 3 p.m.
Thank you.
When he left his body, he was just paying obeisances to the people in his room.
Yes.
And he got a fire, and that burned the whole room. There was a bit of gas leak.
Yeah, those.
His life is so glorious, but
Yes.
Sukadeva Swami is telling that he made a wonderful gift
Controversy.
of all of us.
Yes.
How to reach back to God.
Back to God. Thank you, Mahatmaji. Those who are hearing online, I'll just reiterate what Mahatmaji was saying, that just adding on to the life of Indra Prabhu, that Indra Prabhu, yes, when he actually decided to stay in Vrindavan, first thing is that he just threw his passport away. He threw the passport in Jamuna. He said, okay, if I have a passport, something will come, I'll go back. And second point Mahatmaji was mentioned is that he never left Vrindavan. 24 hours. Even he was so sick, he had to go for getting medical checkup in Delhi. He refused. He stayed in Vrindavan. And in his stay, he received these salagram silas, the sacred stone of Lord Krishna. We also have some here. He used to receive not just 1, 2, or 3. Some devotee would just bring him in 100. Some had 500. Like that, he had a collection of 3,000 salagram silas he was worshipping. And very, like his schedule, I'll just end on that note, his schedule. From 5 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock, he used to chant the holy name, japa, just personal japa. What time? 5 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And how many rounds would that be? He's chanting 120 rounds every day.
8 hours.
Long hours. How many hours? From 5 to 1? 8 hours. Chanting the holy name. From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, he used to rest. From 4 to 5, he used to clean the bathroom, public toilet of Brahmachari Ashram. That's for 1 hour every day. See the humility. Huh? From 5 to 6, between 5 and 7, he used to chant. He used to go in the temple, main temple, and do a kirtan. From 7 to around 10, 9:30ish, he used to give classes, or if somebody has a question and everything, so he used to answer that. From 9:45 at night till next morning, 4 o'clock, is his deity worship time. In between that, he used to also worship the deities. Each of the salagram silas, he used to, 3,000 is not one, even he touch it once, and they used to put the oil, massage, and then offer those leaves to each of the salagram. 3,000. Plus he had a Nitai Satyashuddha Gonitai deities. Plus he has a Radharani. Plus other Guru Parampara and so on and so forth. And between that, he used to also cook many items to offer the Lord at night. 32 items. And then at 4 o'clock, he offered that and everything. He used to offer this Mahaprasad to those devotees who are doing a 24-hour kirtan shift between 1 and 4. He used to offer them just to reward them as the tough, the shift to be. And then, after he has given them, offered them prasad to those devotees, he used to honor prasad at that time. And then begins 5 o'clock, next day's routine, chanting. This is something they have gone out of their comfort zone to perform a devotional service. For us, it was 16 rounds, easy. Even that, those 16 rounds, for myself, I know what is it like. Thinking of that, I've got this, I've got this. That. Yes, any other comments, questions? Yes, Krishna. Very good question. Very good thinking. Very good. Very good. So the question is saying that the prachetas they gone under the water, thinking that they will not be disturbed by any other, the external environment. But even in the water, there are fish, right? So wouldn't they be disturbed? See, fish, they don't bother you as much as you have other disturbances. We have a noise factor. If you're living in a land, you have a noise, you have a wind, we have people, and this and that. Fish, they go about, they're doing their own business, they don't bother you. So it's less disturbance. So it was more quieter than land.
What about
Sharks, if they were able to stay in the water for 10,000 years, they also have some safety net. They can keep away shark. I'm sure they have some siddhi. If they were...
Not to
Yes, and ultimately Lord is there. Correct. Yes, that's what I heard, that he used to just eat once a day. Sorry? Around 5, around 4:35, yeah. Around 4:30, yeah. Sorry? Only once. Yes, that's something going out of our own comfort zone to do some service, extra service. Eating, it can be reduced. Prabhupada also eat very little. Our acharyas, Raghunath Das Goswami, he lived in the few drops of buttermilk every 3 days. Raghunath Das Goswami, yes. Yes, in Jagannath Puri. The level of austerity Raghunath Das Goswami performed, he used to take a few drops of buttermilk every 3 days. 3 days. Just few drops. Once a meal, one good meal is in compared to, that is very good. 3 meals? Yes, yes. For us in Mahaprabhu's Mandir, we have 3 meals. And the meals are also the great meals. Yes. Sorry? Reduce eating. Mahaprasad Govinde, there's no harm eating. You can eat Mahaprasad is you can eat as much as you want. To your satisfaction. Mahaprasad will do good, and yeah. That's also service. Thank you. Yes, Dhruva. Generally, his schedule was between around in the evening, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, until 7, till between 5 and 10. There was a time he used to spend in the temple and do kirtan and everything. Initial days, yes, he was doing more shifts in the 24 hours shifts. But as the devotee came in to help and everything, it became more systematic. So in terms of his doing actual kirtan, it's in the evening generally. Sometimes he used to do also in the morning. I remember seeing him in the morning. But primarily it was in the evening between 5 or 6, and then it goes till 8, 9, 10. Depends. Yes, Krishna. So the question from Krishna is, did the Prachetas, how did the Prachetas control their breathing because they're in the water? Guess. Do you have a guess? No? Because they had siddhic power, mystic power. One of the mystic power is that they're able to hold the breath as long as they wish to. It's a siddhi power. So they had that because they are the residents of Satyuga. Satyuga people had that mystic powers. So they were able to exercise that. They can go in the water and then perform a tapasya for a long time. Whether they breathe in the water, probably not. They could hold it. Just focus on the Lord. I can only guess. Yes.
In Satyuga, the lifespan is 100,000 years.
Yes.
Not 100, but 100,000.
100,000 years, yes. Yes, Mazi.
You said that about the Brahmanas are who reach the Vedic knowledge and scripture. But I was just wondering, the Brahmanas don't read the Vedas and scriptures.
Brahmanas don't read in Vedas and the scriptures?
They don't read it, or
No.
I thought they know the scriptures.
Yes, Brahmana are meant to study the scriptures.
But you said that about the Brahmanas are the one who read the Vedas and the scriptures.
So that's what it means. Above means the Brahmana itself, it's just being like born into a Brahmana or circumstances of being Brahmana, or you have the qualification of Brahmana. And if you haven't studied the Veda, you are lower grade of Brahmana. If now you, as a being a Brahmana, if you have studied the Vedas, that is of course it's a Brahmana, but that's the next level up.
You mean the Brahmana means the one who were born in Brahmana?
Not born on, they have the qualities of a qualities of a Brahmana. Not born, I mean, born also is a qualification. Being born in the Brahmanical family is a qualification by itself. But those who had the quality, but yeah, they're not practicing, they're not studying. If they study, then they become a next level up. That's what it means. Thank you. Okay. Yes, last question. 2 questions. Okay, fire away. So the question is, when the Prachetas finished their austerities, when they came out, first action they did was they were able to, they just burned the trees, right? They burned the fire. So why did they do that? We will hear that answer will come. I mean, I think the reason being was they are the king, they are prince. They are performing austerities, seeing the land that was not producing much or was not doing much, it was just great jungle, and I'll be guessing at this point. I read a long time ago. I haven't revised yet. Yeah, something happened historically, and then they were a bit upset. I think father also left, and then plus it was just a bare jungle. There was nothing else, so they started to, through this power of the mystic, they were able to burn. What was the second question? It is says that going back home, back to Godhead, there are only 2 places you can go from in this universe. Do you know which are they? One is Brahmaloka. Those who have reached Brahmaloka, just not reaching is not a qualification, and those who have to also have a devotional service performed, they have reached to a Brahmaloka. From there, they can be promoted to spiritual loka. Which is the second one? Prithvi, this planet where we're living in. These are the 2 places you can only go back home, back to Godhead. If you are in the heavenly planets, you cannot. You'll have to come here, perform devotional service, then you can go. So that's those who died in the battle of the demigods, they will be given a different body according to their activities or karma. But to return back home, back to Godhead, as I understand, I'm to be corrected, but you can only go from these 2 places, Brahmaloka or planet Earth. Mrityu-loka. Yes. Any other questions? Okay. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanande.